Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again for part 2 of the Make It Happen Summit. So today's one will be with Lucy Johnston. She basically gave quite an inspirational talk on how to get around things, how to do things, and yeah, it's another person's perspective of how to get into business, and whether you want to start up your own business or get that confidence in getting to the next stage of business. I feel like with Lucy, she was very informative and very inspirational on that one. So I hope you enjoy this next video, and thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Make It Happen Summit, which is a 3-year celebration of future females. My name's Natasha and I'm the Gold Coast Future Females Ambassador. We have organised this virtual summit to help you take action and get unstuck. We are bringing you business experts and entrepreneurs who will share how they have maximised the 4 key resources you need to build a successful business. Today here with me is Lucy Johnston, Director at TCLH, who will be speaking about maximising productivity. Lucy, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited actually about this session. I'm actually juggling a few different projects of my own at the moment, and then on top of being a senior manager in a large organisation, it is challenging. So I'm ready for everything you have today. I've got my pen, I'm going to write it all down, I'm going to take it all with me.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah, good. So before we go into your tips and tricks, I'd love just to know a little bit more about you. So tell me, at TCLH, what is it and what does it stand for?
Sure. Originally, when we first started the business, it stood for Temp Chef Labour Hire. We started out providing chefs to hospitality businesses around the Gold Coast. We were, pretty young when we started it, so we were just trying to get business anywhere we could, and we were like, yeah, it's a great name. And after a while of pronouncing Temp Chef Labour Hire and spelling it everywhere and changing our business model slightly and having Telstra call us Temp Chef Labour Hire, we decided that it was probably a best idea for us to change and to shorten it to an acronym, which became TCLH.
Oh, interesting. Okay, nice. And so what does your role as a managing director entail?
It's probably easier for me to say the things that I don't do.
Okay.
Shorter list. No, it's I mainly take care of our finances and accounting. I am studying my accounting diploma along with my MBA at the moment.
So both of them. Wow. Yeah. Okay, that's huge.
I'm a sucker for punishment. And I mainly take care of finance, accounting, HR, with my favourite bit of my role being internal systems development. So I think that I'm a bit of a frustrated engineer. I feel like I should have gone to uni and done engineering way back when. I really love problem solving, and I really love finding ways to make things work better. So that's kind of been my favourite thing to do in the business over the last 5 years, is just I look at every single part of the business one at a time, and I break it down and I say, how can this get better? And what can we do to make this better for us, for our clients, for our staff, for everything?
Oh, wow. I love that. That's actually really cool. Did I see somewhere that you also have another business called Private Chef?
Yeah, we've actually, my Private Chef, that was a labour of love that we had on the side. That stemmed from Craig, my husband and business partner, being a chef, and us both just loving hospitality. We used to do my Private Chef on the weekends to earn some extra money. When we first started out, it was a great way for us to meet people, experience things. We did catering on yachts. We did all this. Yeah, it was really, really good fun. And we actually, we turned it into a really good, well-functioning business that, we implemented the software for it. We implemented, processes and procedures, but we were too busy to run it. So we put it up for sale in January, and then COVID hit. Yeah.
Oh. So do you still have the business?
Yeah, we technically we still own it, but we officially wind it up at the end of this month. So we're shutting down the website. We just don't have time to focus on that as well.
Oh, wow. That's a shame. I think I did have a quick look, and the food looked amazing. Was it like cuisines, like it was a fine dining. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, it sort of, it specialized in really high-end catering, something that just wasn't really around and isn't really around on the coast outside of a restaurant. You know, Craig's background is fine dining anyway, so we just loved it. We've had so much fun over the years doing it.
Cool. Oh my gosh, it sounds like you actually have quite a lot on. So just going back to CLH, I'd love to know how you got started. Can you talk us through that kind of journey at the very beginning?
Yeah, it's a funny one. It all kind of came about by accident. I know that most people plan their businesses with, you know, they'll create business plans and they'll do all their research they need and you know, put a lot of groundwork into things before they start operating a business. And for us, it was the total opposite. I was working in hospitality as a change out of business banking. Craig was working as a chef in the mines. He got made redundant. It was just after we got married and we'd just bought a house. So we were, you know, pretty stressed. He got made redundant. And I think he moped around for about a day. And then he went out and came back with a lot of paper invoice books and a notebook and a diary and said, right, that's it. We're starting a business and I'm going to do better than all these chef businesses on the coast. And I'm going to do it for less money and show them how it's really done. And I said, oh, that's amazing. I'll help. And that's literally it. We wrote our first contract in Broadbeach Library because Craig was too Craig was too tight to pay for a laptop. So me being resourceful, I'm not one to, you know, be defeated by anything. I was like, okay, well, the library's got free laptops and computers. So we went down there and really clapped out old car and you know, I did a bit of Googling and whatever. And I wrote our first contract at the library and we were so proud when we got that signed.
Wow, that is amazing. How many, did you say before how many years ago that was? Or how long ago? 5 years. Wow, that's huge. And how much has it grown since then?
Wow. Well, we've gone from nothing to $4 million a year in turnover. So.
Oh my gosh. So you're doing extremely well.
We've well, first from year 1 to year 2, we grew something like 700%. It was insane.
Wow.
And then the year after that was about 300%. And it's kind of calmed down a bit now. Like the last financial year, I'd projected 44% growth, but we just hit 37. So we were just shy of that. But considering there was COVID, I was pretty happy with that result. So yeah, we're just trying to manage the growth in a really sensible way.
Yeah,
means we're not quick for our own good, that we're still making sure everything runs perfectly while we keep growing.
Yeah, that's really smart. And you did say to me as well that you're super busy with the business at the moment, which is awesome, because that means that being that we're going through a global pandemic, you're obviously getting some really good results still. Is there anything that you've done to be able to achieve that?
Yeah, it's a combination of luck and hard work. Luck in the sense that mining and resources is deemed an essential service and an essential industry. So thankfully that kept going through COVID. And with the social distancing legislation that came in, it meant that 2,000 person mining villages that would serve, 2,000 people dinner on a night on a buffet, all of a sudden we're only allowed 20 people in the dining room at a time. Everything had to be pre-packed. There was no buffets, nothing. So look, we didn't know at the start how it was going to go. This was before everything was deemed as an essential service, but we both kind of went into fight or flight mode, and we realized we just had to batten down the hatches and do everything we could to keep going. So we contacted all of our field staff and had a chat with everybody, told everyone not to worry, just that everything was going to be fine and that we were going to take care of everything, that no one was going to lose their job, because we wouldn't let that happen. And then after that, we got on the phone to every client that we had and basically said to them, we're here, you're going to need us, we're probably going to get busy, so let's get booking our services right now. We proactively decided to try and make ourselves as irresistible to our clients as possible. So without them having to ask, we dropped our penalty rates. We got rid of those completely for 4 months. We extended our hitch availabilities for our guys. Normally we'd only let them work for 2 weeks, but we extended that up to 4 weeks, you know, with our staff being happy. We just tried to do everything we could to really make ourselves irreplaceable, and you know, and make it too good for our clients not to book us out. And within about a week and a half, we were completely booked out for March and April, and then May quickly followed as well, with every single one of our staff booked out for 3 months. So
wow,
it was really, yeah,
that is so good. And so do you feel like because of all those changes that you've made, you've then grown further through COVID, or you've been able to hit the same numbers?
It's a bit of both. Financially, we've taken a bit of a hit, in the sense that we removed the penalty rates that we charge our clients, but we've kept paying our staff overtime because it's not their problem that COVID is here. Yeah. We want everyone to stay motivated. So we've still paid all our staff everything they're entitled to. We've taken a hit with our camp management services. Some of our locations, we've been spending up to $5,000 a week on packaging for single serve packages, which obviously is not accounted into the normal costings that we have. So in a financial sense, it's been a hard hit for us that Craig and I have worn personally. But for the business as a whole, being able to navigate through this, keep our staff and keep our relationships with our clients and secure a new contract, which we did, you know, it's been amazing for the business overall. So Craig and I are happy to take that hit for now because it's not permanent. It's been a temporary to save the company. It's like cutting off a finger to save the arm, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's pretty amazing. I think that's a huge achievement in itself. So well done. That's really awesome. There's not many companies at the moment that I think are thinking that way and being strategic and, you know, looking at things like removing the penalty rates in itself. I think that's huge. So it's obviously working, which is awesome. And hopefully you'll keep going through to next year. So I guess you've already talked a little bit about what compelled you to becoming an entrepreneur and how that started. I guess I might kind of change my question to, what do you love about being an entrepreneur?
I love the freedom. I sounds a bit cliched, but I love the fact that I'm completely in charge of everything that I do, that I don't have to answer to anybody but myself, that I can work as many hours or as little hours as I want. If I want to do a 15-hour day in the office, no one's going to say, I'm not paying you for that. And if I want to do 2 hours in the office, I'm still getting paid for it. So, yeah, you know, this morning my nails were looking like I'd been digging in the ground. So I ducked out and got my nails done because I had to. After we moved offices, so I wasn't looking good. And, you know, I went out and I got my nails done for an hour and everything was taken care of. I didn't have to think twice about it. I just got up at my office, drove in my car and got my nails done. And it was amazing. And it's just all these little, it's just having all of that control is amazing for me. I really like it.
Oh, awesome. And so as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you've faced many challenges. Are there any that really stand out? And how did you overcome them?
This is a funny one. Challenges within business, I've never really been overwhelmed by anything that's come up against us. And we've come up against a fair bit. We've had, you know, bad experiences with bad clients. We've had, you know, we've been screwed over when we didn't have much knowledge about business, and we've, you know, made the typical mistakes that any new business people would do. But really, I kind of relish at challenges, and I really enjoy fixing problems. It just seems a natural process for me that I don't think twice at any problem. My immediate reaction is just, yeah. The only challenge I've actually found is being a woman in business. So I went to an all-girls school, which at the time I hated. I just wanted to hang out with boys, you know, I wanted to kiss boys. I wasn't allowed. But since I left my school, I realised that actually I was raised with girls doing everything. You know, there was no limitations on my education where, you know, girls did the boys' jobs as well. And so in my head, I had these kind of rose tinted glasses of everyone treats everyone the same. And then when I got out in the big bad world in business, especially in the mining and resources sector, let me tell you, you tell a man that you're a female director and they look at you like you've got 4 heads. I've been called the hey lady, the keeper. I had a guy pat me on the thigh once at a lunch and say, "Oh, it's always nice when the boss brings one of the girls out for lunch." Hey?
Oh my gosh.
By boss, do you mean me? And by girl, do you mean my male business partner? And he's like, so yeah, it used to really bother me. That was the most challenging thing I've ever had to deal with, because I cannot believe the misconceptions that people have, or the idea that people have in their head of what a businesswoman or a business person should look like. So yeah, you can see already I'm getting really fired up about it. So that's my challenge. Well, no, absolutely fine, no problem. But this is a problem.
I totally agree with you. I've actually had a similar situation. We went to a executive team dinner thing, and there's quite a lot of us, and we're all at different locations. There's probably myself and 2 other ladies that attend these, and the rest are all males. And we're sitting at the dinner table, and one of the group senior managers came over and said, "Who do you belong to?" As in I was someone's wife. I was like, I belong to myself, but thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and because I'm in automotive, and that's same thing. It's a male dominated. Yeah, it's challenging, but I guess it kind of teaches you to become resilient, and it actually probably pushes you a bit more, which I like at the same time.
100%. I have my hissy fit about it, and then I whatever. And then I'm just really happy to prove people wrong. And I really like giving really firm handshakes to men, firmer than they would expect. I've literally watched a man. We were in Perth at this meeting with a huge prospective client, and I watched this CFO. He shook Craig's hand, and it was a good firm handshake. And he turned to me, and his hand went floppy, and he kind of patted my hand and went, "Hello," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, am I disabled? Why are you treating me like this?" So
did you do the firm shake? Handshake?
And he looked very worried. But
That's hilarious. I'm going to try that now. I haven't actually tried to do a firm handshake with a male before, but I'm going to give it a go. That's what it does. That's hilarious. Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, so we might jump into productivity, which is exciting. So this is where I'm going to get out my notebook and pen. So how would you describe a typical day as a director?
I get up at 5 every morning. Routine is super important to me. Having a core structure to my day just helps me mentally stay in control and keep a routine. So I'm up at 5 every day, and I get to the office in the week at 6 every day, because I like to have, it's like I call them my golden hours, from 6 till 8 in the morning. That's my time to do whatever I need to do business-wise. And I've got 2 quiet, silent hours where no one's asking me questions, my phone's not ringing, and I can catch up on everything and do all my urgent work. And I try and sort of free myself up from about 9 o'clock onwards, because as soon as work starts, it's go time, and it's just flat sticks until 4 in the afternoon then. So yeah, I've just kind of found a way to be able to handle important tasks, but still be available to deal with whatever pops up, which is always something every day.
Yeah. And is there anything in particular that you do to prioritize your tasks?
Not particularly. I'm a big list maker. I have a week planner on a spreadsheet, and I update it every day. Every Friday, regardless, I will always set up the next week. I'll put in all my meetings, all my everythings. I just like to be prepared, because when I'm prepared, I've got a much better idea of what's going on. If I have to drop everything and do other stuff, I can, without worrying that something else is going wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And you said before that you're obviously studying an MBA at the moment, and then you're also studying, was it a diploma in accountancy, plus being a director? How are you fitting all of this in?
I'm so tired.
I can imagine.
I'm so tired. No. Look,
like Superwoman.
I I guess I've just made it the norm for me. Like I have really high expectations for myself, but I'm not mean to myself. You know, I'm kind to what I can and can't do. And so I put pressure on myself, but a good pressure. But if I can't do something and I'm exhausted, then I'll listen to myself and have a break. Honestly, it's really a mixture of determination and planning. You know, I don't give myself a choice of, am I going to do this today? Am I going to do that today? You know, I commit to what I'm doing and I give myself deadlines and I stick to them because I feel good when I meet my deadlines. And then when I get, you know, my uni results in, it's all worth it. And then I have, you know, every now and then I'll take a weekend off and I'll just not touch my laptop or my phone and just relax. But it's commitment and dedication, definitely.
Okay, yeah, commitment's good. I definitely, you have your days where you don't have any, you feel like you are slacking off, and then the days where you're like, nope, that's it, I need to commit to it. That's the day that you become highly productive. So I know, I totally agree with you there. So you talked a little bit about your routine before. Is there anything in particular, I guess, that you've nailed that maximizes productivity and ensures results other than the commitment?
Getting ready really fast in the morning.
Okay.
So I know it sounds really stupid, but you know, I think especially as women, we have a lot of pressure to be perfect and to look a certain way and all the other that comes with it. But I really like taking care of myself. I'm a big lover of self-care for anyone, and I tell everyone to just be nice to themselves all the time. But doing my hair and doing my makeup in the morning is an important thing to me, and I really like looking nice. I mean, the full shebang, like contouring, curling hair, the whole lot.
I love that.
And I've got it down for about 25 minutes now in the morning. So it's
so
good.
Contouring, curling, all in 25 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes a fake tan as well, because you know it makes me feel good, and I don't have an hour or an hour and a half to do any of that. So it's kind of how I manage most things. If I want to do something, that's fine, but I have to find a way to fit it in, and if that means speeding things up sometimes. I mean, sometimes the eyeliner goes a bit, but you know. Okay.
It does make a difference. The days where you don't feel like you look your best, I feel like that the whole day you're just not feeling on top of your game, and then, you know, the day where you really put some effort in and you are feeling your best, I feel like that's when you know, automatically behave like you're Superwoman because you're on top of the world.
Exactly. I think there's a saying somewhere, it's dress for the person that you want to look like or you want to be or something. Well, I want to be a CEO, so I'm going to dress like one, even if I am overdressed. I don't care, because
that's so good.
I just think self-pride is something that everyone should have. It's important.
No, 100% agree with you on that one. So do you have any secret life hacks that maximizes productivity? I think you've talked about a few of them already.
Coffee.
Coffee, yes, I'm with you on that one.
Sometimes I have so much coffee that my hands will shake, but that's okay. It's just, you know, there's got to be some downside to everything
Side
I do.
effects.
It's fine. I don't know. I really think it is just being fully committed to who I want to be, what I want to be, and what I want to achieve, and not just making what I'm doing like a goal kind of thing, making it actually my life. You know, whatever that goal is, it's not going to be something I'm going to achieve in 3 months. It's going to be something I sustain for the rest of my life. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So this is just a personal one for me. So my co-ambassador and I have been starting to look at some different apps for project management and just get it, because we're just juggling so much at the moment. We're trying to obviously launch our big event that's going to be in September, which is really exciting. We've got another summit. We've got this summit happening, the Make It Happen Summit, which is obviously why we're interviewing yourself. We've both got full-time jobs. So we're actually starting to look at some different apps and things. Do you have one that you use in particular?
Yes. Oh my good God.
Okay.
Asana You heard of
Oh,
it?
yes, that is one that we were going to look into. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I was looking for something, and the way I wrote it down to myself was find something to dump my brain into, and it's literally that. We've only been using it maybe about 4 or 5 months now,
Okay.
but it's
Yes.
changed everything. It's changed the way Craig and I manage our personal lives. We have it for our teams in the office.
Yes.
It's how we communicate with everyone, how we plan everything. It's just been a lifesaver, and I think I pay like $100 a month or something for the
It's
subscription.
really cheap. Yeah.
So
Yeah. We did a trial of it, but we only had the very basic version, and I just wasn't really getting much of it. And then a few months had passed, and I was listening to different podcasts, and they were all kind of talking about different ones. But Asana was one that definitely everyone kept referring to. So I think I'll circle back to that one and check it out.
I would definitely say go for the one with the bells and whistles.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's definitely worth it.
Includes everything. Okay, well, thank you for that. I have written that one down. So with everything that you've going on, how do you maintain work-life balance? And do you even have a social life?
Yes.
Yay.
I say 1 day a week for socializing. No, I have amazing friends, actually. I'm really grateful to have amazing friendships, and I have very understanding friends. I make myself make time for other people, because a social life is really important for a healthy everything. So, you know, my friends appreciate that I make the effort to text them out of the blue and say, hey, how's your life going? And in me making an effort with my friends, they then aren't mad at me when I have to cancel because I'm so busy. So it's a good balance. But no, I do try and fit in as much as I can. You know, early morning walks. One of my girlfriends and I joke that my only free time is between 4 and 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning, but we go for beach walks at 5 a.m. on a Sunday. So you know, it's stuff. And Craig and I, obviously being married and business partners, we've been together 7 years and married for 5. I'm so lucky to work with someone that I'm so in love with. He's just the most amazing man. We work really well together, but when we come home, we really make sure that we switch off. We have date night once a week. We just have to try really hard to keep up a social life, and it takes effort. And even if I'm tired or I can't be bothered looking at my phone, I say to myself, come on, Luce, just stop being lazy and text your friend. And
that's really good.
I'm pushing myself to just not be lazy and just do it.
You touched on a really good point there, the fact that you're obviously building the business with your partner. That is really hard in itself. Have you had, I mean, I personally have got, my boss is a husband and wife, and it's really interesting to see them work together and just wonder how they get into these really good debates at work in terms of, strategy or whatever we need to be working on at the time. And I always sit there and I wonder what it's like when you go home, like if they're disagreeing in the boardroom, what's it like when they get home afterwards?
You know, it's amazing, actually. I'm really grateful that both Craig and I can sort of slip in and out of work mode and home mode quite easily. The first few years it took a lot. It took us a good couple of years to get used to everything, but we're both very forgiving people. We're both let things go. You know, we don't hang on to things, and we don't ever treat each other with any malice. So, you know, if he says something that I don't like, or I say something he doesn't like, we just let it go, because, you know, unless it's life or death, what is the point in hanging on to it? We know that we love each other and respect each other, and that we make decisions together. We trust each other if the other one has to make a decision. It's just got to a really good point where we work. But we'll have at it in the boardroom if it's 100%, and I love it. I really enjoy it, because sometimes we have really different opinions. With our HR girl, when we have weekly meetings with her, sometimes I say to her, I'm like, are you ready for your tennis match, Kelly? And she's like, because she'll sit in the middle of us and she's saying, okay, now this person, and I'm and Craig's and it's fun. You know, he challenges me and I challenge him, and
that's amazing. That's
but we know we love each other and we respect each other. We know if we challenge each other at work, it's not because we're trying to be mean to each other. It's just I don't agree with you sometimes.
Yeah, and that's how you get the best results as well, if you keep pushing
100%.
each other and challenging each other. Whereas if you just agree, you're not going to be able to keep pushing those boundaries. Okay, so I did see on your LinkedIn that you won Gold Coast Women in Business for 2019. Was that right?
Yeah, that's
was
correct.
that overall, or was that for a particular category?
Overall.
Oh wow, that is amazing! Congratulations for that. That's awesome.
That was a really big surprise. That was the girls in the office again nominating me, and then I went for an interview for the awards, and I just had the best time. The people I spoke to were so amazing. You know, it all came out naturally, and I had a really great time, and I was just happy to be there. I was so happy to just be a part of it, and I had no idea on the day.
Wow, that is awesome.
And the categories, the overall category was at the very end, and then of course mine was the last name that they called out as the finalist. Oh my God. And I got up on stage and I was like, this is crazy, this is absolutely crazy. And then I saw over on the podium like a big envelope, and I just saw in swirly writing STON, and I'm like, oh my God, that's my last name. My last name ends in, and I'm stood there like, oh, Jesus Christ, what's going to happen now? And she said my name, didn't she? And I just, oh my God. Insane.
Wow. Did you have to do a speech? You would have.
Yeah. Did I ever? I think our winner would like to say a few words. I'm like, no.
So were you prepared? Did you think that there was going to be a chance? Not at all. So you didn't have
and I like entering these things because it's really good credibility for the business. And you know, it's great. It's so nice to be recognized for anything, but I never like to be too sure of myself. I kind of only believe something's going to happen when I've signed a contract on a dotted line. So with all these awards, I take it with a pinch of salt, and then after I've been awarded something, then I take it very seriously. But yeah, it was a big surprise, and it's been amazing. It's been a huge boost to my confidence. It's pushed me out my comfort zone. Yeah, so it's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I hear there's another one on the cards for this year for something a little bit different.
There is another.
The leadership awards. Yes. What are those ones?
I'm a finalist for the leadership awards in the female leaders category. So
wow.
Yeah, and I'm really.
What business, what company or organization is that through?
It's called Leadership HQ.
Okay.
So they're based in Brisbane, but the awards are nationwide.
Wow. And you're a finalist in the leadership category.
Women in leadership, yeah.
Women in leadership. Wow, congratulations. When does the awards get announced?
Oh, this is the bad news for you. When's your launch night?
Oh, the 4th of September. The same day. Damn it.
I saw it come up on LinkedIn and I was like, yes, something to go to. And then I was like, wrong date. So I you know, I told you about how I'm really nice to my friends and then they're not mad at me when I have to cancel.
Yes.
I was trying to do this with you, so you won't be mad at me when I can't come. Sorry.
That's fine. We're going to have lots more events you'll be able to come to, and hopefully be on the stage for one, or a panel at least as well, which is really exciting. Oh, well, you'll have to like message me or something that night, because now I'm going to be thinking, oh, I wonder if she got the award.
I will. Look, I'm not holding on to any hopes because there's some really amazing women. Really amazing.
So exciting. Wow. And is that Australia-wide, or is it just Gold Coast, Brisbane?
Australia-wide.
Wow.
But the awards night and the finals are in Brisbane. So that's lucky.
Oh, that's very cool. Well, I'm fingers crossed. I hope you get it. You'll take it out, I'm sure. You've got that much going on. I can't see why they wouldn't give it to you.
Really cool. Thank you.
So before we finish up, there's just a couple more questions that I hopefully want to ask you. Do you have a life motto?
Yes, I do. And I think I've already mentioned it to you. And it's a pretty simple one. There's just two things. It's work hard and be kind. Because I don't think there's much more to really think about than that. You know, you're working hard and you're being a good person.
Simple.
You've got it.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's nice. It's not overcomplicated, but it's meaningful at the same time. Yeah, it's really nice. So besides all the fantastic advice that you've given us today, what are the 2 messages that you'd like to leave our entrepreneurs and our aspiring entrepreneurs today?
Number 1 is back yourself. Don't ever give up on yourself, because you are your business. And if you are not okay, the business won't be okay. Yeah. Don't ever give up on what you want to do, what you believe. No one else is there to tell you that you're right or wrong, because it's not up to them, it's up to you. So just back yourself until you get to where you want to be, because it happens. It will happen. You just have to keep believing in yourself. And number two, I think it's important for people to set an example for others. And even if you're new to an industry or you're new to anything in business, it's important that you behave as the person that you would want to do business with. And especially for women, I think it's important for us to be role models for younger generations, to be role models for men in business, to show them how to treat business people.
Yes.
Not handshakes. You should be what you want to see in everyone else. I think that's important.
Yeah, wow. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time today to talk with me and be a part of our Make It Happen Summit. Okay, sort of a tongue twister, that one. Besides some really good productivity tips, I think that you are an inspiration to so many young females, and it's really exciting. And I'm so excited that Australia and the Gold Coast get the opportunity to highlight you, being that this summit is global. I think it's really exciting, and I hope that they get to take away some bits and pieces, but also, you know, obviously see just how inspiring you are, because you're pretty amazing.
Thank you. I have every woman and rattle them and be like, you have no idea how amazing you are. Just do it.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people would be lucky, like females would be lucky to be able to spend more time with you, because I'm sure they would learn a lot. And I think you did say when we first connected on LinkedIn that was a bit of a goal of yours, that long term you wanted to try and guide females and coach them on how to be their best selves and how they
Look, the long-term goal summed up in like 30 seconds is 5 years from now, sell my business for $20 million, buy myself a boat, and spend my time working with people who need support and who need guidance from someone, but maybe don't have the means to get that guidance, and really just need some help and some care and some kindness. And nothing would make me happier than to just help other, especially young women, realize how amazing they are.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you again for being with us today. It was so nice to spend some time with you, and good luck for your leadership awards. My fingers will be crossed for you. And we'll finish it up there. Thanks, Lucy.
So nice to talk to you, Tash.
You too.